Hey everybody, welcome to Legal Minds, and I am MJ, and we'll be dealing about the first question, which is when does a Muslim marriage become irregular? Or like in the same question, I'll be also be dealing with the questions like essentials of valid marriage under Islamic law. So let me tell you how do you present first. Basically, you start with introduction, body, and conclusion, which should mainly be there. So yeah, let's start. We know about Muslim marriage. So is all we are supposed to write the definition and everything. So first let's start. Introduction. Marriage, that is nikah, in pre-Islamic Arabia meant different forms of sexual relationship between the man and a woman established on certain terms. So under Muslim law, marriage is considered as a civil contract. And in Bailey Digest, what does they say? What does they define the marriage in Muslim law? Which is marriage has been defined to be a contract for purpose of legalizing. So this is the main word, key terms like legalizing sexual intercourse and procreation of a children. Not giving much importance to the objects of marriage, but still letting you know, like which is for restraint of sexual passion and ordering of domestic life, the increase of family, the discipline of the same, and the care and responsibility of the wife and children, and upbringing of the children, like for the virtuous children. All these should be the object of any marriage, basically. So, what are the essentials? Essentials, please notice when I tell essentials, these are also needed necessity for the uh, valid marriage. I'll tell you what valid marriage is, but let's come to the essentials first. So, what are the essentials? In short, we can tell it as proposal and acceptance must be there. One must be proposing it, and the other must be accepting it. It can be oral, it can be written, but there must be a present of witness. There must be two people, and it must be according to the Muslim Marriage Act of 1954. And both the parties must be competent. They must be Muslim puberty and no legal disability. It means they should not fall under the category of probated degree. There must not be any blood relation. They should not be relation due to the marriage or foster mother or like through the breastfeeding. Foster as in like some other woman come and due to the mother, the real own mother, as she can't give a feeding to her baby, there will be another woman who will be doing that. So they are known as that woman is known as foster age mother. So even those people are come under the provided degree. And free consent must be there and consideration must be there. Now the main importance of the most asked question, but basically they'll ask you either the valid or irregular or the void marriage. And but I'm just giving you a define or the most wider version so that you can understand the topic more quicker. So first of all, let's understand what are the kinds of marriage. Kinds of marriage under Sunni law is irregular, valid, and void marriage, and in Shia law is muta marriage, valid and void. Muta marriage is temporary marriage, and we'll come to the same topic in our later videos. Yeah. So now first coming under the category of Sunni law, what is valid marriage? Valid marriage is nothing but which doesn't fall. Basically, just take it as which doesn't fall under the category of void or regular marriage. Now let's, in other words, a marriage which conforms in respect with the legal requirement is a valid marriage. A marriage is to be valid must satisfy the following requirements, which I already discussed with you in our earlier essentials. There must be, proposal and acceptance. The consent must be free. There must be true witness, and they must be of sound mind, and they must be in capacity of to come in to make that contract, like which capacity as in sound mind major, and they must be capable of giving that free consent, and they should not come under the the prohibited degree, which I've already told you earlier. So, what comes the main in a valid marriage is the effects. This is the main and important thing which you are supposed to write in a valid marriage. So, first point is there must be a mutual intercourse legalized and the children are so born are also legitimate. So, these are the effects. And the second, wife gets power to get meher. Meher is kind of a maintenance, but not exactly maintenance. I'll let you know enough further what is actually meher also means. So the third is a wife is entitled to get maintenance. Fourth, the husband gets right to guide and prohibit the wife movement, like for a valid reasons only. Okay, these right for succession develop, prohibits a marriage for due to affinity, and women are bound to complete Iddat period. I'll let you know what is Iddat period also. Iddat, not to marry during that period after divorce or the death of a husband. So after divorce or after the death of a husband, a woman is mandatory or supposed to go to Iddat period. Like Iddat is something where they are restricted themselves for 3 months or further to not to go ahead and marry someone else. So that period is known as Iddat period. During, can't marry another person. They can't remarry during that Iddat period. So the obligation and rights set between the two parties during and after the marriage are to be enforced through legality. On the basis of marriage, husband and wife do not get the right on one another's property. So yeah, thank you. So this is my first video and the first question of what is valid marriage, and keep following me and keep subscribing.